I got that blower motor replaced in here, and remember from last night's video, I had that blower motor outside on the bench, or actually sitting on a little toolbox, and I plugged it into the wall, and you seen it draw, what was it, 3 point some amps or whatever, and the motor was getting hot, and then I snuffed off the airflow, and then you seen the amp drop when I covered the air intake with less air moving over it. Well, here's a scenario where I have the door cover back on the door for the blower motor. It's drawing 1.6 amps. So let's get over there. And we're gonna remove the door. Just open it up. Okay. So now we're open, and we're letting fresh air go right in. It's going right in. There's no resistance. Before, the resistance was the coil. This is a dehumidifier, and so it has a condensing coil and it has an evaporator coil. And the evaporator coil is wider than my hand, and then it has a condensing coil right here. And it has water on it. So once you have water on a coil, all that water coated on the coil becomes a restriction, and it's actually like making the fins even closer together, so you have like tighter knit material, and it causes more restrictions. So here we go. We're floating around 1.92. So we were 1.6 before, 1.9. But right now we have the restriction of the duct work. So we have a 90 degree right there. You lose about 15% of your airflow, roughly, for every 90 degree that you stick in there. Then this box is not an even transition. There's a lot of turbulence right there, and that's where I have a Remy halo for kind of your UV and making your peroxide molecule thing going out. And then we got a few feet of duct, and then it hits a 45 at the end where it hits the ceiling right there, and that is the dry hot air coming out there on the other side. So we're floating right around 2. And that was the difference between 1.6 when we put the door back on. And if you remember, when that was taken out and it was put on the desk, or right in the air with no restriction entering and no restriction leaving, it was 3 point something. And that's the difference of airflow on a dehumidifier, because these coils are really deep and huge inside here with a lot of water on the fins. So that's it for that. Let me set my things back to where they belong. This is at 48 actually, not 50. Work better there. And it's satisfied. Turned itself off. That's it. How's our product doing today? So when he first started this system, he had major problem with different roots rots, and without having to keep adding peroxide and stuff like that into the thing, I turned him on to, I said, go get a UV ozone generator kind of thing, and it turns into oxygen as a weight plant. He used to get root rot like crazy his first few runs, and the idea is that's all root material. That's not that is not grow material. That's not rock wool. That's pure roots. And that is what it looks like. And when he was starting this out, I said, don't pay attention to all the additives that give you big buds and big leaves and, you know, healthy this and healthy that. That's not the whole story. What you're missing is one of the most important things. It's your roots. Take care of your roots and you will have a very healthy, profitable plant. And sure enough, once he took care of his roots, it's been nothing but good times after that. So there's an air stone in every one of these. Plus this water is oxygenated and very turbulent out at the pumps and the chillers. On this particular system here, they had a problem with the air injection. It was way too high, way oversized for what the supposedly engineer said is supposed to go on there. And the pump was overamping and they're gonna burn out. And they were bleeding off so much air you couldn't even talk in there, even with the earmuffs, the soundless. So this is where I added the VFDs and I put them on the pumps, and these are the air pumps that inject for like the ozone generator. It makes that peroxide molecule similar to the Remy Halo that you see advertised. And then we got the chiller. Nice and bubbly over there. And this was the other blower right here for the other rooms. And then there's a one around the corner. And I put VFDs on everything. And then I told them get one backup VFD. So in case you ever have a huge voltage spike or something goes wrong, I could immediately come over and I could swap out your VFDs while we send in one for repair. This was used temporarily. Actually, I thought I had my, no, he was using my personal VFD off from my house at first, and that got him up and running, and then I ordered him the other VFDs. And that is it. And we also have the LG system here. I think we have 148 tons on this location. And we installed that back when this place first started up, and now we have another 200 tons that needs to be installed coming up this year, and that'll be a project a little later on. So see you guys. This all turned out good. Adios.